Greetings. It's your buddy, your pal, your friend, teacher, your guide, Uncle Artist. I was speaking to a young prospect earlier, booked me for a consultation. And the advantage of booking me for a consultation is the allowance, the availability. Me as a vessel, I allow myself to be available. And while I have a set guideline that I will take every single pupil through, as a teacher, me being a teacher, you have protocol, procedures, you have a system, you have a structured way of questioning and thinking. At least an effective teacher has these tools, right? But you always allow for the opportunity to be creative, to go with the flow, so to speak. And there are a number of different factors that will facilitate a particular session, a particular relationship, and a client, a service provider, and a client relationship. Me being a service provider, you being a client. There's a confidentiality with that. And again, there's a unique relationship there. So, this particular pupil, we began to go off the rails. Not off the rails, but again, you allow for the session to take place, and you allow, okay, again, give up control. And through our conversation, we uncovered some things. We addressed some beliefs in society and that have creeped into his subconscious, his way of thinking, which dictates behaviors and habits and so forth. There is, when it comes to interpersonal exchanges, female male dynamics, in many cases, or a certain faction of the population regards that exchange as to where the man takes position as someone predatory, and stereotypes exist because they are rooted in truth. Unfortunately, in many cases, the minority, the micro, the outlier, the extreme is sensationalized, is weaponized to create a narrative for an agenda, whatever have you. Okay, everybody has their reasons for being in opposition to someone else, to an entity, to a group. And being manipulative, let's address that. Let's talk about being manipulative, being a manipulator, and why that erroneous thought okay, it's no different than people who have the limiting belief that you have to be ruthless, dishonest, and a bunch of other undesirable traits in order to get rich. There are people who believe this. There are millions of people who believe this, who have a genuine disdain for the rich, for the wealthy class, for the wealthier individuals in society because of erroneous thoughts, beliefs that are rooted in, again, sensationalism, on outliers, on extremes, on small percentages, certain pockets of a population, right? And there are people who have deliberately blocked any chance of them becoming financially free because nobody wants to be struggling financially. Nobody. But some people simply block off their potential supply because of limited beliefs. A limiting belief that you have to be manipulative. You have to have a slick and sly tongue, which in a way you do, but again, there's a mind switch. It's not slick and sly. These words are powerful. It's witty, charming, and funny, humorous, right? We use empowering words. We have empowering thoughts. So I've observed that these beliefs are passed down from mama, right? Possibly a lot of mama's boys. Let's talk about that. That's one of the biggest hurdles in a young man's life, is the prevailing looming spirit of mama when it comes to their decision making, when it comes to their entire existence. In many cases, many men can't see it. Many men are unapologetic about being quote unquote mama's boys, and don't realize the programming that mama is giving you. Many times deliberately. I've seen that. And oftentimes she's just operating with the knowledge that she has, the experience that she has. Many single mothers, or many of our fathers weren't equipped with the game, the aptitude. This is the experience of so many individuals, and it's a complete gumbo of all types of different experiences. Very few of us can say we've trod a smooth path. We could all point to these events, experiences, environments that have created beliefs, traumas, and have shaped our behaviors, have shaped our destiny. I've seen, going back to sticking with manipulation, that one that one concept of manipulation. See, when you're a Mac, a fully realized man of aptitude, charm, and knowledge, as a man, you know exactly who you are, that's primary. That's principle law number one for a Mac, is to know thyself. When you know yourself, when you know yourself, that's the sales and that's the marketing. That's everything that you need. That's all the sales and the marketing that you need. Because the aura will precede you. Literally. This is magnetic. This is, and I'll make another video on how to truly be magnetic, the alchemy behind that. See, the real masters of this game, we understand the alchemy behind it. Turning lead to gold, turning different metals to gold. Okay? That was the whole concept behind alchemy. Is the thought behind alchemy. And we all have a little bit of our own personal alchemy. And when a Mac has perfected his own formula of alchemy, you understand the ingredients, the elements that include the unseen, that which cannot be seen. Okay? You understand as it relates to you and your body, your chakras. Okay? Working with the 7 Hermetic principles, understanding mentalism, understanding vibration, understanding correspondence. Okay, as below, so above, as within, so without. Okay, understanding polarity. Okay, this gets real, and I'll make more videos specifically on each principle, because I always talk about principles, because principles are a way to keep things simple. You can master the simple, the fundamentals, you will always be in position. And that's all you could ever really, that's all you can really do. Control is how you position yourself. That's all you can ever control. Life is a game of chess. There's going to be variables. You're going to take your losses. You're going to get in check. You may get in checkmate and have to start another game, as long as you don't have to start, as long as you wake up another day. We just turn the board around. White go first. you know. But you come across a prospect, a lady prospect, a female prospect, I don't understand why women don't like to be called female. I've never understood that, but anyway, we won't get into that. Okay. But you understand polarity. Okay. That opposites are identical. The opposites are identical in nature, but different in degree. Okay? That can apply in so many different ways in an interpersonal exchange between a male and a female. And it's really simple. When you really have a thirst for the knowledge, for the journey, that's the true secret of a man. That's man's journey. That's man's secret, is the journey. That is the secret. It's enjoying each part of the journey. It really is. So that which you could possibly label as hard, it's another action that you have to tackle and that you enjoy. It's an activity that you enjoy because you know it's getting you somewhere. You fail forward. You gain mastery because you're a man of aptitude, charm, and knowledge. So your brain has your brain is very pliable. Your brain is a muscle. It's neuroplasticity is something that occurs when you involve yourself in enjoyable activities. And then enjoyable is a mindset. That's just a thought. It's something that you can auto suggest to yourself, that doing this workout, if you're not accustomed to working out, because if you're a man of aptitude and charm and knowledge, you keep yourself in shape. So you do work out, or you do activities, you do physical activities, and you make this enjoyable because you say it is so. Okay? You understand this. And that goes back to mentalism. It's all mental. A Mac is going to be planting seeds every day. Seeds into his intellect. Got to be reading every day. Every day. Read. Avail yourself of self-education. And that's a principle of cause and effect. If you plant seeds, you will reap harvest. That's law. Understanding the principle of rhythm. Things flow in, flow out. Knowing when to act, knowing when to kind of take it easy, so to speak. Switch up your routine, switch up your behavior, switch up your activities according to the season. That's the rhythm. Okay. And rhythm applies into how you, it just becomes all encompassing when you understand rhythm. I suggest every Mac, man of aptitude and charm and knowledge, really apply themselves to certain arts and appreciation of the arts. If you're not in every, for my observation, every best representation of being a Mac, being a ladies man, being a pimp, the best and highest representation again, they were all music men, very musically inclined. Every last one of them, every last one, every last Mac pimp, ladies man, just man that best represents the highest ideal of a man in every way, very musically inclined. So there's rhythm, can dance, or at least has, can groove, rhythm. And this is more practical, but again, it seeps into, it's more of something that is a spirit. I've been told plenty of times. I've been commenting about my walk. Nothing that I'm truly conscious of. I don't really, your you walking is part of a nervous system. Your basal ganglia. Okay, you got, everybody knows about the excuse me. Everybody knows about the prefrontal cortex because of recent developments and content. Everybody knows now about the prefrontal cortex, right? People say that now and they want to appear so intelligent because they watch some TikTok videos, some YouTube shorts, and the proliferation about the prefrontal cortex. But you won't see as much content about the basal ganglia, right? The basal ganglia is just as important to train because it's your automatic systems. It's where your habits and your behaviors lie. It's the stuff you don't have to think about. So a lot of y'all wake up every day, every single day, turn over. Maybe you turn over, if you're for someone like, you might go outside, you might go to your garage, you might go to a specific room. You may just turn over every single day, turn over and light up a cigarette or a blunt without thinking about it. That's your basal ganglia working with you, or in some cases against you. Okay. And that is an ongoing, that part of the brain is not as talked about, is still being, of course, everything's, the brain and the mind is the last great frontier that has not been exhausted as far as its discovery. But I can't control the way I can control the way I walk. But I've been told I have an alluring and appealing gait, walk. Okay? Women have told me that is caught their attention. I say that humbly, right? But the comments have been glide, right? I've heard I glide, or I strut, or regal, sexy, BDE, big energy, right? I've heard these things. Humbly, I'll say that, right? But I have to believe that that is a external outgrowth of what goes on inside of me. The work that I put and pour into myself. The care that I have for myself, the love that I have for myself, and the diligence and the dedication I have to my highest ideal of myself, and how that affects those around me, those who are under my care, who are under my tutelage, and who look to me either from afar or in a more intimate way. I take that seriously. And so my dedication is to that. My dedication is to my goals. And I'm giving you insight into my mindset because that's the mindset that has one been developed through being one who is always seeking the highest ideal of myself, and as one who has, with that, being a student, a forever student who has experienced timely teachers who have come and imparted wisdom to me, I know, for a purpose, for that specific time. Teachers who have came in and went, who are no longer walking on this physical plane with us. Like, I think about my one of my master teachers, who passed this past year. Yeah, and he, real life, real old school pimp, turned his life around. Well, not turned his life around, just transition, and did things the right way. Really, I really listened to his story. Really spent time diving into his psyche. I appreciate that, and I really wish I would have documented more. I didn't have when I was under his tutelage, or just it wasn't even under his tutelage because it was so organic. But anyway, I wish I would have documented more. All the stuff I have from him is just in my head. I didn't record anything, write anything down. But when I met him, I was, and I've talked about him on different videos. When I met him, I was not participating in any lifestyle as far as pertaining to the earnings of a female, not per se, not as a active participant, okay, as an active practitioner, right? So it was a matter of I didn't really know about the game that I had played, right? I did participate in that game, in that lifestyle, and I didn't know truly about the game until I exited the game. I've heard a lot of players say that. A lot of basketball players, football players. I've always heard professional athletes say, I didn't truly understand the game until I sat down and was away from the game or left the game. And the game will bless you if you take it seriously. If you take yourself seriously, it'll bless you. And if you really believe in the power of the game, and it'll bless you. Stay blessed. Peace and blessings.